Okay, guys. Um, on this video, just like what I told you a while back, is that I will be presenting to you the complete patterns when it comes to your 12 tenses of verbs. Okay, so please bear with me because my board is very small, but I'll try to write all the patterns here the best way I can so that it can be readable for everybody. Because in school, I use a very big board because I always teach like this. I do a lot of writings, but since I don't have that big board, guys, so please try to bear with me. Okay, so are you ready, guys? So get your pen and paper and you follow with me. Write the patterns of the 12 tenses of verb when it comes to their active and passive form. Okay, so let's start with present simple. Okay, so we have here the present simple. And then, of course, we also have your what? We have your present continuous. We also have your what? Present. We have your present perfect. And then we have your what? Present perfect continuous. Okay. So if you cannot read my writing, just try to follow using my voice. Okay. Again, we have the present simple, the present continuous, the present perfect, and the present perfect continuous. Now we do have the past tenses. So we also have here your past simple. We also have here your what? We have the past continuous. Of course, we do have also your past perfect. And then we do have your past perfect continuous. And then we do have your future simple. Okay. And then we have also your future continuous. And then we have your future perfect. And we have your future perfect continuous. Okay. So if I do have ESL teachers who are my subscribers here, I would suggest that you have to follow my lecture, particularly in presenting the patterns for the tenses so that your students can easily understand, because teaching ESL students sometimes it's quite difficult. That's why it's very important for the students to actually remember the pattern first before asking them to make their sentences. So as you can see on the board, guys, there are 12 tenses. Present simple, present continuous, present perfect continuous. We have the past tenses, the past simple, the past continuous, the past perfect, and the past perfect continuous. And we do have your future tenses. We have the future simple, the future continuous, the future perfect, and future perfect continuous. Now let's go to the pattern guide. For the present simple active, okay, we just have to follow here, guys, that if the subject is singular, your verb is that you have to put s or es. I repeat, if in the active form of the present simple, if the subject is singular, you just simply add s or es to the verb. In the passive, guys, for the plural, there is no s or es. I repeat, in the active form, if the subject is singular, you add s or es to the main verb. And if it's plural, I guess everybody know what is plural, it has two or more, then do not put s or es to the verb, and that is actually what we call the base form. In the passive, your pattern is you have the subject plus you have to use your M is R plus PP. Usually Koreans or some students say PP, but that is past participle. Again, guys, I repeat, PP is past participle. Okay, I will write here. Guys, when I say past participle of the form of the verb, let's say go is the present. Go and goes is present. What is the past tense? Went. What is the past participle? Gone. Always remember, guys, the main verb of a passive sentence is always in its past participle form. I repeat, I cannot write past participle here, guys, because the board is too small. So I can just say it to you and just remember it that when I write PP here, it is the past participle form of the verb. And teacher, what is the past participle form? Go is present, went is in the past, gone is in the past participle. The same thing with do. What is the present of do? Does or do. What is the past tense? Did. What is the past participle? Done. The same thing with teach. We have your teach, taught is the past simple. The past participle is also taught. So this is an example of irregular verbs. And then we also have some regular verbs like dance, danced, danced. So again, guys, the main verb of a passive sentence is always in the past participle form. Okay, let's go back. Teacher, what is the pattern for present continuous active? We use your am, is, are plus ing. So the ing form of the verb here, guys, is present participle form of the verb. I repeat, the ing form of all the continuous tenses is always in its present participle form. How about now in the passive? So we use your am, is, are plus being plus pp. Okay? So again, past participle. Present perfect for the active has, have plus the past participle. For the passive, has, have, been plus the past participle. So, how about teacher for the present perfect continuous? Guys, remember here. With the three tenses, we have the present perfect continuous, we have the past perfect continuous, we have the future perfect continuous. With these tenses, guys, perfect continuous tenses has only a passive form, meaning we do not use the passive form of the perfect continuous tenses. So again, we only use the active form. So what is the active form of present perfect continuous? We just have to use your has or have plus been plus ing. So guys, these are the patterns for active and passive in the present tenses. Now let's go back to the past simple. If it's active, we just have to use the past form of the verb, and in the passive form, we use your was, were plus the past participle. How about teacher past continuous for active? Then we use was, were plus ing. How about teacher in the passive? We use your was, were, being plus the past participle. How about teacher for the past perfect? So for the active, we use your had plus past participle. And how about the passive? We use your had been past participle. How about for the past perfect continuous? So we have your had been plus ing or the present. So participle. So in that case, do we have the passive? No. For the future simple active, you can use your either will or shall plus the base form. Again, what is base form? It is the plural form of your what? Of the verb. How about the passive? We can just simply use your will or shall plus be plus past participle. For the future continuous, teacher, what is the pattern for active? We can use your will or shall plus be plus present participle, the ing. How about for the passive? We can use your will or shall plus be plus being plus past participle. How about the future perfect, guys? We have the active. You can have your will or shall plus have plus the past participle, and for the passive, you can use your will or shall plus have plus been plus the past participle. And for the future perfect continuous, we can use your will or shall plus have plus been plus ing. Guys, if you notice, this is now the complete forms of active and passive regarding the tenses of verbs. Oh, what, teacher? There are too many. Yes, there are actually too many. Now, you can already assess yourself. How often do you use future perfect? Or even future perfect continuous? Or even future continuous? Or past perfect? Or past continuous? Now, the question is, do you actually use them accurately? When making your, all guys, teacher, you have to remember this, guys. Whenever we make sentences, guys, you can actually check whether one is using the grammar rules regarding tenses correctly if they know how to use each tense correctly. So it's very important, guys, not just the pattern. What you need to do also here is you have to memorize, when do I use past perfect? In what situation I can use future continuous? In what situation I can use future perfect? Because you can just simply use them whenever you want if you are not familiar with how to use the 12 tenses, how to use each tense of the verb. But again, we will try to study that in the future. But again, for now, let's just try to make it easier first. Let's have first the patterns like this. So, is it clear, guys? So these are the patterns over what? 12 tenses. On my next video, I will be making one sentence, and I will transform one sentence using the 12 tenses, active and passive. I cannot write here because of course the the board is too small, so I'll get another small board that I have and I will make example there. So is it clear, guys? Yes or yes? Yes. Okay, so again, if you have learned something on my short introduction regarding the active and passive of the 12 tenses of verbs, then don't forget to subscribe and keep on following me. I'm sure you will be learning a lot from me step by step. Okay, so again, this is the summary and an overview of the outline regarding the 12 tenses of verbs in their active and passive form.